Jesus, see me at thy feet. Nothing but thy blood can save me.
Hello friends, we are at the peak of our Christian celebration, because the highest moment in our Christian life is the Easter celebration. We call it the Holy Week. It is during this time, during this week, that everything comes together in terms of celebrating our faith and understanding the deepest treasures of our faith. Basically, the suffering, death, and resurrection of the Lord Jesus. We have come a long way in the celebration. And on this Saturday, we kind of experience silence. It's the theme of silence that we are experiencing on this day. The quietness that reminds us of so many things. You know what, brothers and sisters? If you look at the way we celebrate, or what we celebrate this week, it kind of captures life experience in general. You know, sometimes there are moments of joy, sometimes moments of sadness, sometimes it's flat. Like in life, you climb the hill, you descend the valley, you see the rain, you see the sun, it's cold, it's hot. Sometimes you laugh, sometimes you cry, sometimes you're healthy, sometimes you're sick. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not so great. That's everything that we see this week. And as we move on towards the end of the celebration, we come to the low moment. And it's like they say that the darkest time is just before the dawn. And this Saturday is about just before the dawn. And it reminds us of those moments that everything seemed to be lost when they are not actually lost. We have the blessing of looking at all these things from hindsight. We know that as it happened, it can happen, and actually it will happen. The Lord is still doing His work. When you look at the story of Jesus, you sit down and you reflect on the story of Jesus. You see that God never finished the work until the resurrection. The resurrection was when the work was accomplished, the mission was accomplished, and the work was done. But at this moment, Saturday morning, everybody is there. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what God is doing. And it may happen that way in your life. It may happen that way in your life, that you are dealing with so many things. You are ignorant of what God is doing. But the fact is that God is doing something. You are ignorant. You don't know what God is planning. And the tendency is for you to be sad and for you to give up and for you to feel it's the end. But dear friends, it's not the end. It's not the end. If you are a child of God, it's not the end. The end will be glorious. It always ends in praise for God's children. So as we celebrate this Holy Saturday, let us keep in mind the experiences we have in life. That there are those moments when everything will seem dark, no hope, no sign that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. But there is light, there is hope. Something better is coming up. If you are dealing with that kind of a situation in your life, just hold on. Lie low. Remain in the grave. Very soon, God will visit you. Your story will change, and you will be the best for it. I wish you a very happy Easter in advance.
Jesus, I love you. All I have is yours. Yours I